EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. This taken in at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. They started on the ground with Eckler. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Play action. It's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. He is out of bounds inside the 35. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Edwards-Helaire is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Again, Edwards-Helaire trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 14-0.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Herbert. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. On 1st down, it's Herbert.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the 50, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. On is the Chargers punter now.
Back deep to return is KJ Hamler.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Mahomes on third.
Locates Hardman for another catch.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now, excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this score to continue to mount.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 21-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Back to throw here. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now here's Mahomes.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now this throw caught left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
George Karlaftis.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Mahomes now to throw. Catches, and it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert now. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are able to at least get one score back.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, and Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the slant, he's got Hardman.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown!
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Flush to his right. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Herbert. He's got a man, complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, LA. Austin Eckler, 75 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, Mahomes finding his burner, Hardman, for the KC first. Edwards-Helaire now off the option. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 130 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. The last two plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they'll indeed take a knee. Championship.